Hello guys, and welcome to a new video. It's been a while, and I really kind of lost touch of how to start things in this channel, but I hope everyone has been okay in these, I believe, 2 or 3 weeks, I think, since I last uploaded a video. This is kind of a bittersweet return. I don't even know where to start. I just, well, you probably know what I'm going to talk about, because of the title. But right now, you probably don't see it, but I'm very pissed. I am very pissed right now because I feel like, from my point of view, because if I'm wrong, then you can come up and say, no, you're wrong and they're right and whatever, I'll understand or whatsoever. But from my point of view, I think, no, well, I'll say that I got fired from my job with a pretty funny, stupid excuse. I mean, I feel like it's very stupid. I don't know. Um, so I'm kind of gonna retrace steps. So oh yeah, this is a Tales from a Lonely Loop, by the way. So this is me, telling stuff, that happened to me, stuff like that. So that's what you're watching right now. It's your beloved section, Tales from a Lonely Loop. Yeah. Okay, so let's keep this going. Like 2, 3 weeks ago, I uploaded a video saying that I had a job, that I was gonna get a job. Um, and yeah, I was there for a while, for like 2, 3 weeks. Um, so I went to this cake bakery and I turned in my application. I went to the interview. Um, the area, or the what's it called? I don't remember the name. Um, the job position I was applying for was customer service. So you know what? And I'm not even gonna like hide where I went to. Um, because again, I keep saying it's unfair. I think it's a very stupid and unfair reason, the one they came up with to fire me. It's over here in Mexico. So if you live over here in Mexico, I'm pretty sure you're gonna know which cake bakery it is. So the one I'm gonna be talking about is Pasteleria Jacqueline. It's over here located, well, I'm pretty sure, well, okay, to be more specific, in the city of Salvatierra, in the state of Guanajuato, over here in Mexico. And they have like a bunch of locations, but I went to the main one. I went to the main one to get interviewed and blah, blah, blah. So they told me, the job position is customer service. I can't even talk right now because I'm pissed. What you would be doing in this job position would be like greeting the customer, saying like, "Hey, what can I get for you?" And I mean, basic customer service stuff, right? Um, Sorry. So in order to do that, I have to learn like the basic cake flavors and what it contains and whatsoever. That's something they started to tell me right when I got into the job. So in the interview, the lady, or the lady manager, I don't know what she was. Um, so she told me it was customer service. Sometimes I would be dragged into the kitchen to help unmold jellos, pies, whatever, to put them in their I don't know what it's called, like in their pie boxes. I don't know, to package them. So yeah, I would be doing that, cleaning, doing inventory and whatever. And I was like, okay. I mean, I think it's a pretty good job. At first, I was like, I don't care if they don't pay the minimum wage, because they didn't. They were like 400 or 500 Mexican money below, pesos to be more specific. They were like 500 pesos below the minimum wage. I didn't mind that, but I was looking for something that at least had the minimum wage. But it was the first place that I got called from, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna be making money, and it's customer service. It's not that big of a deal because I've done it before. The thing is that you have to get used to all the new stuff and whatever. That happens in every single job. You have to start from zero, learn a bunch of stuff, right? You're not going to get it right in the first couple of days, but you are going to be progressing. So, yeah, I said, yeah, I can start Monday. And yeah, I started Monday. I do have to be honest, I was shy at first because obviously I didn't know all the flavors of the cakes. I didn't know the prices. I didn't know how to do inventory. And they kind of wanted me to like know that already. Like I went there day one and they already wanted me to know everything. And I was like, I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best on learning everything. I even started making a document in which I would be, I took pictures of the cakes and I will put the price and then I would put the description of what it contained so I could learn it a bit faster. Writing it and I would be learning it, and then reading it again, I would be learning. So that kind of worked. I actually have the document that I'm going to be showing somewhere here. So yeah, and they did tell me that they were like, you have to learn these because this is what you're gonna be, telling the people, and I have nothing against that because they're right. I have to learn them, and I was learning them, but there are like a bunch of flavors and all of that, and each of them contain different things. So I really had to learn all of that, and they wanted me to learn that in a week, and maybe it's possible. Maybe. For some people, it's possible. But in this case, it wasn't for me. It was a bit complicated to learn everything, every price, every description, every flavor, or whatever. It was a bit more complicated for me because I didn't really have to do that in previous jobs. So that is on me. I don't know how long it took for the rest of the of my coworkers or of the coworkers that were there. Um, but it just you feel the pressure. Like they're saying, you gotta learn this now. You gotta learn this now. And look, I get it. And I would come home and I would start like reading the descriptions whatsoever, kind of even practicing on how to greet the customer and all of that. Um, which was something I learned in the call center job, was greeting customers and whatsoever, and the types of customers also. None of the customers ever complained, so I don't get what the deal was. I do have to say I did mistakenly once gave a price wrong by 10 pesos, which is like 50 cents. And I even told them, I was like, if it was wrong, it was wrong, and it was my mistake. So if you're gonna take it off my check, do it. I mean, because it was my mistake. And they were just like, yeah, it's fine. Just be careful next time. And I was like, okay, fine. We don't have to make a big deal out of this because I was saying I did it wrong, and so it's not like I'm saying I didn't do it. And so yeah, week one, it was me learning everything, and I did absorb as much as information as I could. Every time I got there, I had to make a cake inventory, which was counting the cakes they had already prepped. I had to count candles because they have a candle display, and I had to count how many were they of each of them. Um, And you know, we just you would have to write it down, and by the end of the day, you would have to do a count again, and you would have to check which ones didn't match in terms of numbers. For example, there's a set of 4 candles of the letter A, and then you count them in the afternoon, and there's only 3. Um, and so that means you sold, I don't even remember the number I said. Let's do that again. So let's say there were 4 candles, okay? And by the end of the day, there were only 3, so you sold 1. And you would write it down, and you would do that, and you would do that. The same thing, you would do that with the cakes. And yeah, it was kind of hard to do that too at the beginning because I really didn't understand that. And so it was a bit troublish, but I found my way, to do it, to understand it. And I still don't know what I did wrong. I mean, week 2 was me already knowing like half of the stuff, let's say. I'm not going to say that I knew everything, but I already knew most of it. And if there was something I didn't know, I would ask one of my coworkers, or I would go to the computer and check the price, because I wouldn't want to give another product at the wrong price. So that's what I would be doing. I don't see how that's the wrong thing to do. I still, like, speaking it out loud right now, I don't know. Yeah, week 2 was kind of that. Also, as I mentioned at the beginning, we would, in the mornings, we would go inside the kitchen, and let's say we needed 2 cheesecakes or whatever to put on display. We would have to take them out of the mold and, put them in their package. So that wasn't really that complicated. It was just taking them out, putting them in their package, and that was it. Put them in display or put them in the freezer, and that was it. And if the kitchen members required help, you would go to assist them. But then if there was someone wanting to buy a cake, you would go outside as well. We would also prep cakes to ship them to different bakery stores. So I kind of had a handle on that too. You would be like, okay, this store needs 2 cakes of these, 2 cakes of these, and blah blah blah. And you would prep them in a box, and then a car would come and pick them up and take them away. So yeah, that was also something I had to do. Let's see what else. I mean, that was basically it. I mean, I had to clean my area. I did that too. I don't see the fuss on that. And then week 3, which was this week that just passed. It was pretty much the same, but now I knew a little bit more. I knew most of them. There were a couple of cakes that I kind of mixed the prices, but I was like, okay, let me go check the price for you. Can you wait here? And it was just a couple of seconds because the computer was outside next to the where you would put the cakes in. So yeah, I would keep checking prices on some of them, or I would ask some of the coworkers, hey, is this cake 300 and something? And they would go like yes, or they would go like no. And it's just that I don't understand, man. Where is the wrong that I did? I don't get it. So yeah, they would be like, I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. I'm just like, I'm very pissed, and I think it was very unfair the reason they fired me. Because I mean, I already knew most of it. I was already doing inventory and all of that. Wow. I mean, this is just, one of the reasons I think, look, first of all, I went and did my job. When I work at some place, I never go to do friends because I don't like to mix, the working. I don't even know what it's called. The what the hell? Oh my god, the light turned off. Oh, great. Okay, this is taking me a little bit longer. Let me see if I can charge this while I'm still talking. So basically, I was saying I don't go to a workplace to make friends. I go and do my job. So usually I'm kind of silent. I only talk if I need to. And I feel that because of that, some of them didn't like me, including the manager and her husband, because I didn't. God, this thing turned off again. Because I didn't really. I felt his presence like pretty heavy or something. And like the kitchen crew, I feel like they never liked me. So I think it was kind of like one of the excuses to let me go, even though if it were the case, it's still stupid. It's still a stupid reason to say, hey, you're not gonna work with us anymore, and I'm sorry for the light being turned. Oh my god, I think I'm gonna have to turn the light from in here. Excuse me a second. Okay, just like the good old times when I used to have the lights on. So, yeah, as I was saying, I don't go and make friends. I mean, if someone wants to be my friend at work, it's fine, but I don't go. That's not my priority at work. My priority is to do a good job. I mean, doesn't everybody do that? And so, I just got a call a moment ago from the secretary saying, hey, Yadira, which is the manager, said, you haven't reached the standards because you keep asking and you don't know the cake flavors. And I was just going to let it like that. And I was like, no, I'm going to ask. Why? Because I know for a fact that I do know the prices, that probably one or two I still keep getting them mixed, but that's why I check the computer or ask. I know the flavors already. I already, when someone went, I was like, oh, this cake contains this and this and this and that. I don't understand, because if I don't ask for something, they complain about me, the secretary or whoever. If I ask, they complain. If I don't ask, they complain too. I mean, so then what am I supposed to do? Really, what's the deal then? Because I really don't think that was a reason for them to fire me, because I already knew most of the stuff. It's been 3 weeks. Yeah, I get it. But I'm not a freaking robot either. But I already knew like 90% of everything of what they did in there. So I really don't think that is a reason. Or if it's the reason, someone tell me in the comments below, hey, you're wrong because you shouldn't be asking too much. If I ask a lot of stuff, it's because I want to do the things right. Because I want to assure that I'm doing things right. Yes, I was there like for 3 weeks. What's the harm in still asking? I mean, some of them even said that they've been there like for 2 years and they still make mistakes. How come they haven't fired them? That's what I think is unfair. So like, it's just, I still keep thinking about it. In my head, it's like the most stupidest. Oh, what the hell is happening now? Oh my god, I'm being haunted in here. It's like the most stupidest reason, like the stupidest, shittiest reason to get fired. And now the camera turned off. I am sorry for that, guys. So yeah, you're not gonna be seeing me now. This is just me talking. Yeah, it's a very, very dumb, stupid reason. And I don't think I deserve that, because I mean, it just feels unfair. But like I said, if I'm wrong, then someone tell me. Because I never got fired by asking if I was doing things right. And you know the worst part? I asked them in their faces if I was, doing the right thing. Like, I kind of wanted them to give me a performance review. And I was like, you know what? You guys tell me if I'm doing things right or not. And they were just like, no, you're doing fine and whatever. That's what also pisses me the most. That they don't have the courage, or they don't have the balls to say those things in my face, which for me automatically makes them or turns them into freaking cowards. Because how shitty to get a phone call on your break day and saying, hey, yesterday was just your last day, so, thank you and whatsoever, and thank you for, I feel great for crossing paths with you and whatsoever. I mean, give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break. Neither of you had the freaking balls to say it to my face. That is something I really, really hate about people, when they don't tell me the truth, even when I ask them to. It's just, for those of you who live here in Salvatierra, Guanajuato, I'm gonna give you a little tip. Look, if you've bought from this place, let me tell you something if you don't know this. If you buy a cake and you see a sticker of whatever color, green, blue, yellow, white, silver, you gotta be careful, because sometimes they are selling you a cake that has been probably more than a week in the freezer. And you know what they do? To make it look prettier, they just take off the frosting or the fruit and they replace it with new fruit or new frosting. But the bread remains the same. So you are taking the risk on buying a cake or even a slice that might already be rotten. So yeah, I wouldn't trust any of their cakes if you buy them. I don't even think anyone watching this is from where I live, but just a heads up, in case you ever feel about coming over here, do not buy those cakes. Or do whatever you want. But I'm just letting this information out, that they have a color coding in which only they know if it's a cake that's been there for a week, for 2 days, 3 days, and that's the only thing they do. They change the fruit and the frosting to make it look nicer, and they put it back in display and they sell it. So yeah, you gotta be careful with what you are buying. And I don't know what else to say. I am still pretty pissed. And I really doubt that they are going to be watching this, because they don't even know I have this channel. But if they ever find it, you guys, wow. Because again, I really don't think that's the reason you guys fire me. I really doubt it. Because if it were the case, you would have fired that new girl that went in and started to make a disaster in terms of organization inside the freezer. Because everything was just so out of place. It wasn't where it was supposed to be, and you didn't tell anything to her. Why? Because the secretary is friends with her, like best friends. Another thing, when I was gonna start working there, they said, oh, you can't have break days on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Well, guess what? This girl entered, and from the first week, they gave her Saturday. I mean, how is that fair? And another reason I'm pretty sure they fired me, because most of the workers in there are family. So then why the hell are you putting a help wanted sign if you're just going to want to include your family? So they're firing me as well because I'm not part of the family. Or I make them uncomfortable by not being part of the family, and they talk about family stuff and I can't be there because I'm not family. How is all that fair? Again, if I'm wrong, someone tell me that I'm wrong. Why is it wrong to ask if you're doing things right? Why is it wrong to double check a price, or to double check what's a cake made of? Honestly, it's the most stupidest, idiotic excuse to fire someone. It's just unfair. I mean, so fucking stupid. Big time. Wow. Almost 30 minutes of talking, and I still can't find if this was a reasonable excuse to fire me. I still keep thinking that it wasn't. Wow. So, yeah, Pastelería Jacqueline, fuck you all. Fuck you all. Like, big time. Wow. Or if you just wanted women in the customer service area, why didn't you tell me that since day one? Or what, do you want your worker named Andre to keep licking your balls? That every time he sends a message to the group chat, oh, my boss, over here in Mexico is patron, patrona. Oye, patrona, patron, here's the list of things you require to register or whatsoever. What, you want your coworkers to be doing that? Because I'm not going to be doing that. You're my boss, or you were my boss, but I'm not going to go that low to, oh, patron, patrona. That's freaking bullshit, man. And I really don't even know what else to say. It's just unfair. I keep finding it unfair. Wow. So, tell me in the comments because I really would love to read your opinions, because I just can't find the reason. It's just, wow, I cannot believe it. Anyway, if I remember something else from this place, I will upload probably a short, because I don't want to dedicate a whole video to it. So yeah, I hope everyone is doing okay, and don't let yourselves get fired by a stupid excuse, or if you're getting fired, at least fire back. Like, I'm not saying that I fired back, but at least I defended myself, saying, hey, I know this and I know that and blah blah blah. Apparently being a good guy is just, it makes you lose. So whatever, fuck all of them, because I'm pretty sure they were all against me, or I don't know. Anyway, guys, take care, and hopefully I see you guys in a video that has to do with movies or something. So yeah, take care, people.